Have you ever felt trapped in a toxic work culture? Meet Jane, a bright, ambitious young professional who found herself ensnared in a corporate environment that was draining her. The toxicity was subtle yet corrosive, seeping into every aspect of her life. Jane's days were filled with grueling work hours that stretched well into her personal time. Recognition for her efforts was rare, and her accomplishments were often overlooked, leaving her feeling underappreciated and undervalued. And then there was the constant stress, an unwelcome companion that gnawed at her peace of mind, impacting her mental health. This was not just a job, it was a trap that was consuming her. A toxic labyrinth that was slowly eroding her joy, her spirit, her zest for life. The toll on her personal life was evident. Jane knew she couldn't continue this way. She decided to make a change. Jane realized that escaping this toxic work culture required a well-thought-out plan. First and foremost, Jane had to acknowledge the problem. She recognized the signs of a toxic work environment: the constant stress, the fear of speaking up, the lack of growth and innovation, and the feeling of being undervalued. She was trapped, but she had the courage to admit it. Then Jane sought support. She reached out to trusted friends, family, and mentors, sharing her experiences and feelings. It was a relief to know she wasn't alone, that others had faced similar situations and emerged stronger. Next, she began setting boundaries. Jane made it a point to disconnect from work after office hours, to say no when tasks exceeded her capacity, and to demand respect from her colleagues and superiors. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. While doing all this, Jane prioritized self-care. She understood that her mental health was crucial in this journey. She practiced mindfulness, exercised regularly, and nourished her body and mind with good food and positive thoughts. It helped her stay resilient and focused. Finally, Jane started exploring new job opportunities. She sought out companies with a strong emphasis on employee welfare, work-life balance, and a positive work culture. She was determined not to fall into another toxic trap. And then came the day when Jane finally submitted her resignation letter, freeing herself from the chains of a toxic workplace. With her head held high and her spirit unbroken, she stepped out of the shadows and into a future filled with promise. Jane's journey didn't end with her escape. She was on a quest to find a healthier work environment. Jane's new chapter began with a fresh perspective. She was determined to find a company that didn't just chase profits, but also valued its employees. She found just the place. A company that prioritized work-life balance and employee well-being, where late nights in the office were the exception, not the rule. Jane's life began to change. The perpetual stress that had been her constant companion started to fade. She found that her work became a source of satisfaction, not anxiety. Her new job encouraged her to grow, to learn, to contribute, but also to relax, to disconnect, to recharge. It was a balance she had never experienced before. As her mental health improved, so did her relationships. She had time for friends, for family, for those late-night movie marathons that she loved. She could enjoy a quiet Sunday morning coffee without the dread of Monday looming over her. She was rediscovering herself, the Jane who loved to laugh, who loved to live. And then there was the sense of satisfaction. The satisfaction of doing meaningful work, of being valued, of being seen. The satisfaction of knowing that her well-being mattered to her employer. Jane was no longer a cog in a machine. She was part of a team, part of a community. Jane was now not only surviving, but thriving in her new work environment. So what can we learn from Jane's story? A lot, in fact. Jane's journey has shown us the importance of recognizing a toxic work culture. It starts with understanding the signs: constant stress, lack of support, and a culture of fear. But recognition is just the first step. Next comes planning your escape. This might involve networking, upgrading your skills, or even considering a career change. It's about being proactive, not reactive. And finally, seeking a healthier work environment, not just a place where you can work, but a place where you can grow, where your ideas are valued, and your well-being matters. The key takeaway? No job is worth sacrificing your mental health. It's not just about the paycheck, it's about your peace of mind. So, choose wisely. Remember, it's not just about finding a job, it's about finding the right work culture. Your happiness and mental health matter. Don't forget that.